Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler, and you've arrived at day 83 of the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2019. Thank all of you so much for being with me on this journey that we are so close to being finished with. If you are new to this project, I want to encourage you to just jump right in. You do not have to watch these in order. You do not have to put them in the same spots that I do. You do not have to use a square grid. You can do whatever you like with this project, and I will be thrilled if you will tag me with your work if you post it online, the Tireless Tangler, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or wherever. Just tag me. I try to do regular internet searches for things with my tagline so that I can catch everyone's art. So you guys are awesome. Thank you. Today's pattern is one of my very favorites from the very beginning of my tangling, and that is called Ginili. It's organic and curvy, and so we know that's something I like. So let me show you how Ginili goes. Ginili starts with some irregular shapes that are sort of flower petally. And they don't have to be, don't have to be the same shape, don't have to be perfect. Can be just like that. See how awful that is? It's about to get very cool. Trust me. Ready? Okay. We're going to put fan lines in here. So from the tip or the center, and I'm just going to black this because I'm going to fix all this here in a minute. We're going to fan down to the center. Or up from the center. Put another one in there. Like that. And we're going to do that on all of them. If you're not sure where to start, start in the center and work out from there. And I'm going to show you why this pattern is so awesome, especially for shakers like me. It's like I'm illustrating my own points here, isn't it? You know, I should develop a new form of art called, I don't know, wigglers. I don't know. Something to think about. All right. And I think I'm going to do that. All right, so we have something vaguely like this, right? And yours can look, again, whatever shape you want, but you want them all to come into a point in the middle. Now this is the fun part that makes this pattern work for me. You're going to do some rounding here, just like we did yesterday with Tomas Padros's pattern Mesmerize. We are going to round all of these little fan shapes around the top so that they look more petally. Does that make sense? And again, it doesn't matter if it's irregular. Sometimes I think my tongue just takes a break and leaves my lips out there flapping alone. Or vice versa. Now you can black the bottom of this a little bit to hide any extra stuff down there. So just like that. The outer edge is smooth. And the inner edge, wow, sorry. And the inner edge is curved. Or interesting, depending on who's doing the drawing. So this is the general look that we're going, whoa, okay. Important note, Sakura pins do not smear or anything like that. However, if you're using one in a heavy way like I just did here, and you don't give it a second to dry before touching it or having your hand wipe through it, it will smear. So you want to give it just a second for all of the ink to sink in and dry, and then you're good to go. So, important safety note. So again, we're going to do this, and I'm going to start if you do it that way, then you can get your little scalloped edges to sort of match. But again, you guys approach this the way you like. And if you have a method of doing this that seems to be like a better plan than mine, I hope you will share it with me. I am all about doing these as easily and relaxingly. Don't know if that's a word. Amelia, is it a word? That's my little language girl. You know, you guys bring such a great skill set to comments that I am always interested to see what you have to say. And if you have not dropped me a comment yet, but you watch these all the time, I want you to. I want to know who's out there. I know that I have about 250 people that are regularly watching these, and which is just perfect for me. I think that's perfect. Hopefully in the future they'll get a few more. I think the Taiga video, for some reason, was part of the success on the 17th with the 1,000 subs. I don't know exactly if it was in suggested videos or if it ranked or something in YouTube search, but yay me, and yay me, and yay y'all. Yay y'all, because y'all got me there. There is no doubt that I would not be here today without each and every one of you. And that is a true blessing. Thank you. Well, this one is, okay, I'm going to say this is in the ugly stage. I'm also not going to sweat it because this is a demo thing and we're not going for perfection or, well, I would be thrilled with beauty. But let's not go crazy. Okay, so this is the idea, okay? And if this outside is a mess when you get done, just you know, redefine that line till it's, you know, nice and smooth and straight. And you're good to go. And, you know, you can put these down as far as you want. So if you make a mistake in the curve or something, you know, you can fix that. That's why I call this sculpting, because there's no really right way to do it. You just kind of have to go with what you got. Okay, not a great example, but here's the next step for this, okay? We're going to do some more of these irregular shapes. Just sort of flower petal them or scallop them or whatever you want to do. We're going to do the same process of fanning lines. You do a better job than me, and then we're going to round the petals and black them in. And if you want to do one like this, go for it. You can. Yeah? See? That works just as well. And you just keep adding these until the section you're working in is full, or until you think it's done. Because remember, that is when you're done, when you think you are. Okay? So this is, I wish I had time to do the full thing out for you, but this is Ginili. It is one of the most forgiving, most relaxing, most fun patterns I have done. And the results are always amazing. Then, this is a lot of fun to do in color. Then, let's see. Where's my pencil? For shading, simple. Again, you shade the inside area where all the lines are converging, so you get some depth in there. And again, I don't have my tortillon. Actually, I found it, but now I lost it again. Anyway, so that'll give you some depth in the center, right? Did you see this? I was trying to zoom in on my paper or zoom out. Yeah, you can tell. I spend too much time on this thing. All right. So let's get this in the pattern today. And I will finish that one out if I can fit it on here. All right. One more, and I'm going to have to figure this out. So expect to do diva dance if you're following me around. I'll be doing diva dance as a reticula around here. Now, Ginili, I can just set up however I want. Maybe not with that kind of aura, but... And my stomach's growling, so y'all are going to share that with me too. I'm trying to make carbs less a part of my life, and of course my body is addicted to them, which is not a good thing. So it thinks it's hungry all the time. I'm trying to convince it that it is not. All right. I should have curved that differently, but it's okay, it'll still work. And so I saw one person went and checked that comment out that I was talking about, the controversial one from yesterday. Okay. I think I'm going to round that right there. And remember, there is no right and no wrong. These patterns are meant to be inspirations. Well, good. For some reason, this corner is going to be really tough for me to keep in camera, just as my one from yesterday was. So forgive me if I get out of frame. I am really trying hard. All right. This is the time while you're inking this that I want you to breathe. I should have started with that to begin with. I might not have been shaking so badly if I would take time to breathe. So let's take a minute right now. Breathe. And just relax. Focus on the little scallops that you're drawing on top. Slow down. Take that inking process as part of the fun. Look at it as another way to relax, because you don't have to think about it. Not really. You just have to lay the ink down. Nice, even coats. Making sure you don't leave any little white spots. And I'm just going to put a line up there like we had something coming in from another section. And then I'm going to scallop these. Well, this is such a pretty pattern, and when you really fill an area out with it, it's very dramatic and fun. So I hope you guys will enjoy playing with it, and I hope some of you will like it as much as I have. This was one of my first favorite patterns that I learned, and I did not even truly understand what Zentangle was at that time. I was just learning patterns, and that is absolutely okay. That, I think I spent my first year and a half learning as many patterns as I possibly could, because I truly did not understand the point of Zentangle at that time, and it took a while for me to really understand it. And that was when it started to change me, I think. Although it helped me physically in a lot of ways before that, I can't say enough. I am doing things and accomplishing things that a year ago I thought were impossible. A year ago this time, I was freaking out because I didn't think I was going to make enough money in my GoFundMe to get to use to get to go to seminar, and so many people had donated, and I was like halfway, needing half of it, and so many people that had already donated came back and donated again, and a large majority of those were already CCTs themselves. Annie Oken herself had started the campaign, or I started it, but she was my first donor and she encouraged me to do it. And I am so truly blessed to have been touched by so many in my trip to CZT 32. If you are wanting to attend a seminar, I would let you know that they do have a foundation that offers partial scholarships. They don't offer full ones. But I also encourage you to try fundraising. If you just can't do it, I mean, you don't want to spam people with it. You don't want to make that your purpose. I mean, because, I don't know, maybe that's just me. Do it how you want to, but don't be afraid to try. I guess that's what I want you to know, is I was so afraid to try, and I almost let my fear stop me. And it was the encouragement of NE and other people that really wanted to see me succeed and meet my goal. And I have to say that, yes, the seminars are horribly expensive. However, I think I have never, ever heard one single CZT say it was not worth every penny. In fact, most of us who have been want to go again. I certainly would love to go again. It is so enriching, so nourishing, so relaxing, and it is a lot of work as far as the intensity and the number of training hours and that kind of thing. But it is 4 days of Zentangle, and I mean, how much better than can that be? And to actually get to know Rick and Maria and their daughters, can't speak, Molly and Martha. It's just a great thing. So this is what I've got. I think I'm going to go ahead, even though this is short, to finish this off a little bit more. I think I need a little bit more black there. I think that one will be okay. All right, I think shading is going to make a big difference in this, so let's put a little graphite down, find the correct tortillon so I don't wreck it, and we'll be out of here for today. So I'm going to start here in the center. I'm going to start with a light coat of graphite just right here, and here I am out of frame. Let me try this again. I'm going to put a light coat of graphite right here in the middle where I started, okay? Then I'm going to apply graphite at the edges where it looks like they're overlapping. and you want overlap. It makes the art very interesting. So it's good to always emphasize that in your patterns. If you have something that should look overlapping, always make sure to accentuate that with your shading. Is always a good plan. And again, I'm not going to talk about shading hardly at all, except for the very basics, because I learned most of my shading from Annie Oken, and that would be stealing her intellectual property. So we're not going to do that because I adore Annie, and I would never do that anyway, at least not intentionally. So now on these, be careful when you start blending because you're going to have all of that black. So make sure that you've given it time to dry. Usually with single lines, that's not a big deal. Unless you're like using a 08 or a graphic one or something like that. That's a larger size pen. But actually, technically, it's a larger size nib. All right. Okay, so you see graphite makes a big difference. I'm going to put a little bit more to really get this shaded nicely around here. I've got some depth here. I think I'll put a little bit more down here. The other spots look pretty good. Isn't that pretty? And do you see how color would be really cool? If I were going to do this colored pencils, I would be dark down here and sort of fade out to a lighter color on the edges. But that's just me, and I'm a little color happy. That is day 83, guys. It's about to get interesting. I'll see you tomorrow for day 84.